Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. It's important to stress that what you're looking at here is a preview build. I am reviewing this 6 days prior to launch, so it goes without saying that everything that you're about to see is subject to change, although probably not by much. It's also worth mentioning that I am terrible when it comes to cars and automobiles and maintenance and all that jazz. I couldn't tell a fuel pump from a sump pump. I know sump pumps aren't used in cars, but I'm just sort of driving home my point that I'm terrible with cars. So, what is Car Mechanic Simulator 2021? Well, I've played it for roughly 2 or 3 hours now, and I'm only into the basic stuff. So I just want to, again, warn you folks that I am not able to review the later parts of this game because I haven't gotten there yet. It's going to take me quite a while to do that, and I don't know if I have the time to actually do that. It's going to take me probably weeks to spend all the time necessary to learn everything that there is to learn here. So rather, I'll just tell you what kind of features this game has and what's new to this particular version of Car Mechanic Simulator, and you can make your own decision, based on what you're seeing here and based on my input. So what are the current features? Well, there are 72 different cars to fix, over 4,000 unique parts, an infinite number of randomly generated orders. They come in by phone, you answer, you get these phone calls, and then you can choose from a list which jobs you want to take, and it's timed. So, like, if you don't take this order within 3 minutes, a new one will take its place, that kind of thing. So they're randomly generated that way. There are car auctions, there's barn finds, junkyard hunts. So you'll be able to, go to these different car auctions or bar finds and try and find various cars or parts. And then you can even fix things up in this game, and, that way it's cheaper than buying at retail. I'm sure there's a lot of other things you can do with that. Handcrafted story missions. You'll get these jobs that require a whole lot more than what your typical side job would be like. So, for example, my very first car was a story car, and it needed like 9 or 10 things fixed. I'm like, wow, this is the very first job I got, and I've got all these things to do. And then after I fixed that car and I took my second job, it was just replace the windshield wiper fluid. I'm like, why didn't I get that first? Because it took me like 45 minutes to an hour. I'm sitting there, how do I change this oil? Oh my God. What's this air filter thing? How do I change this? It looks like an oval. Okay, so I was fumbling all over the place, trying to figure this out. Oh, I took the tires off the car. Now, how do I get the rubber parts off the rim? Oh, there's a machine over here. I can do that. Oh, okay, so I bought new tires. Oh, wait, but they're not the right size. You mean I have to actually specify a size? Okay, so I'm sitting there. Okay, what are the old tires? What are their numbers? Okay, it kind of matches what I've got here in this computer. I'll go ahead and order those. Okay, I've got them on. I put them on with my machine. Now, I have to tune the tires or whatever. So there's a special machine for that. So balance the tires, whatever. So like I said, I'm terrible at this. Anyway, there's story missions, skills, and garage upgrade system. So you can go to this like tool bench or whatever, tool shop, and you'll be presented with a number of different upgrade options. They're very rudimentary. It's nothing like earth-shattering. When it comes to personal stuff, you'll be able to, say, increase your speed by 2% or whatever. Another ability called Renovator. Ability to fix parts from Group 1. Increased chance of instant repair by 2%. Fast hands. Increased screwing speed by 10%. Strong arms. Increased mounting and unmounting speed. Regular customer 5% discount on parts you buy. Eagle Eye cuts time to examine a part by 0.05%. So when a car comes in, you actually have to examine parts to see what's wrong with it. Typically, the earlier cars don't have you doing that, but later on, you'll have to look at the parts and see, which ones are red. There's an examination mode that you can enter, sort of like an X-ray vision mode, and then see what parts are faulty. There's also a separate garage upgrade section, and also there's an upgrade section for your tools. Some of your garage expansions might be something like car wash. Add a car wash. It allows you to wash cars. There's a test pack to test when you can actually get into a vehicle and drive it. And there's a test pack that you can buy that helps you do that. There's a second lifter that you can get. You can salvage parts. There's paint shop. a dyno center. I don't know what that does. Allows you to measure power of car. Yeah, whatever. Again, I don't know anything about that. Garage expansions. So you can upgrade your garage in various ways. There's various tools, like a tablet. Adds tablet to your equipment, gives access to shop from anywhere you need it. Onboard diagnostics, fuel pressure meter, electronic multimeter, tire tread gauge, compression tester, body repair, engine tools, charger, welder, brake lathe, and workbench. So there's a bunch of things. Some of these tools, though, require a certain garage expansion to be built already for it to go there. So you can spend your hard-earned credits, which is the currency in this game, on upgrading your garage. And again, you also be earning these skill points to make your character better in various ways. So that's another feature in this particular game. I may have already mentioned this. There's car tuning, endless gameplay. So when you're done with the story, you can just keep playing. There's a race track with time trial. There's also mini games. I'm not too fond of these. For example, when I was balancing the tires on the machine, I had to use the arrow keys to move the green highlighted thing over to the orange highlighted thing and hit enter a couple of times, and that balanced the tire. I don't like that. I wish there was a way to turn that off. There might be, and I just didn't see it. What's new to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021? There's car fluids. Typically, you have to drain the fluid first. There's a tool that you get that allows you to drain the fluid from the tank. When you do an oil change, you can move the oil thing over to the car that's lifted up in the air and drain the oil that way. Car wash with new dirt mechanics, spacious open plan garage, new damage types for body parts like dents, paintable mechanical car parts, new engine sounds, mini games, brake lathe tool, quality upgrade system, fuse boxes, a new parking system, salvage auctions, revised part examine mode, visual customization body parts, car configurator, and rusted bolts. I had an issue with rusted bolts. I was trying to take off a bolt from a tire so I can change it, and it wouldn't go. I'm like, what's this? So I had to hold and right click, and WD-40 came out of nowhere and sprayed it, and then I was able to get the bolt off. So I'm probably not the best person to review a game like this. I mean, I've played Car Mechanic Simulator before, but I say that because I suck when it comes to cars. But I want to also drive the point home that even though I'm not good with cars, like, this is a game that you can slowly work your way into, maybe learn a little something about cars in the process, and still have fun doing it. Like, I want to go back to the game I'm playing, my play session, and play more. I want that next job. It has that one more car feeling to it, like that whole 4x one more turn thing. I'm liking the simpler jobs. There's also different difficulty levels. There's easy, normal, hard, and so on. In easy mode, I think like everything is unlocked for you for the most part. More money. Whereas in normal mode, you start off small and you have to work your way up. And the game gets more difficult based on the orders that you're completing. So if you're able to like get further into your story cars, then more complex jobs will be unlocked for you to do. So you can, I recommend normal mode despite everything. Easy mode is probably a great way to learn the game without worrying about a campaign or without worrying about a business. But I'm actually playing normal mode for once. I never do that. I always go into a game playing easy because that's how I roll. But this game I'm doing normal mode because I want to grind out credits, and I want to grind out skill points and unlock parts of my garage over time. Like, I want to take things slow, you know what I mean? There's also a tutorial section. It's just, I like it. It's basically a bunch of videos that you can watch. For example, if you click on the oil change tutorial, it's just a little slideshow / video on what to do first and next. Unfortunately, there's no way to advance the video. Like, let's say you already know how to do something. You have to wait for the entire video to cycle to get to the part that you want to get to. And you're like, oh, okay, so this is what I got to do next. Like, there's no way for me to fast forward what I'm looking at when it comes to these video tutorials. It's something I would really like. Also, it takes time to get used to these radial menus. Like, for example, I just wanted to lift the hood on the car so I could change one of the fluids. I ended up taking the whole thing off, and I didn't even know it. So, like, I changed the fluid. I added the fluid. And I'm like, why isn't this order completing? What do you mean the car isn't complete? What do you mean it's missing a part? I'm like, oh, there's no hood. So I'm like, I gotta put that on. So again, sometimes like you'll be misclicking things as you're trying to navigate the radio menu, or trying to find the part that you need. That's another thing. Like if you're new to cars like I am, I had no idea where the fuel pump was. I'm sitting there looking, okay, well, I'm looking at the front of the engine. I'm like, okay, well, you think the fuel would have something to do with the engine. So shouldn't the fuel pump? No, apparently it's in the back of the car next to the gas tank. I didn't know that. So I wish there was a way to, like, I don't know, help these people out that are new to cars in general and don't know their way around them. You know, maybe a search feature, fuel pump, and then it zooms to that part. You know, something to help out people like me that don't know very much about it. Also, the tires, like, all right, this may be common knowledge to a lot of people, but to me it's not. Like, I was trying to order tires, right, in this game, and I knew enough to not sell my tires immediately because I'm like, I need to know what the old tires were in order to buy new tires. So I clicked on, say, standard tire, and I was looking at it, it gave me like 215, and it was like 75 slash 215 slash 15. And I'm like, what are these numbers? What do they mean? And then I go to the buy screen. I'm like, standard tire, size, width, and profile. Okay, so which number is size, which number is width, and which number is profile? I'm sitting there. Okay, well, the only number that's high on my computer screen is width, so that has to be 215. And then size. Okay, it goes 12, and I'm sitting there cycling. Okay, so it doesn't go up to 75, it just goes up to 25. So that must be my 15 number. So through process of elimination, I figured out what numbers I needed to input in the computer to buy the right tire size and the dimensions and all that. But I wish there was a way, like, yes, you can add things to a shopping list in this game and pull it up while you're in your computer to buy stuff. But like it again, it gives you the factory specs, and when you're trying to order it online, it's different. I don't know which one is size. I don't know which one is profile. So again, this goes back to like newbies that are, you know, new to cars like myself and don't know how to read these things are going to get frustrated trying to order the right part size. Tires, a lot of the parts that you order are just, you just order it and that's it. But the tires, you actually have to order and specify dimensions. So, you know, that took me a while to figure out. So I just want to warn you folks that, you know, going into this game and not knowing anything about cars, you may be frustrated at first. There is a bit of a learning curve here. You'll also be fighting radial menus trying to get things done. That being said, I am semi-curious on unlocking more content, you know, trying out this auction thing. You know, is there a way to flip cars in this game, you know, by getting a car auction and then, you know, getting new parts and fixing parts up and then adding it to this car and then maybe selling it for... I'm curious to see if there's like a house flipper element to this game, you know what I mean? So, again, this is not a part that I've reached yet, and I just, again, want to warn you folks that I'm not super duper deep into this game yet to fully comment on that. First impressions wise, I will say it is an enjoyable game. I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it, but it is quite a steep learning curve for someone like me. And for someone that is new to cars like me, I would caution going into this if you don't have any patience, okay? But other than that, so far, it's been a fairly decent and fun experience. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.